The Rays keep choosing competition over certainty in the outfield.
You are Locked On Rays, your daily Tampa Bay Rays podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome into the Locked On Rays podcast. Locked On Rays is part of the Locked On Podcast Network, now the #1 sports podcast network, your team every day. And we are Kevin and Ulises.
And we are lifelong Rays fans who have been podcasting about the Tampa Bay Rays since 2019.
Later on today's show, we close out the week with baseball trivia and Name That War. In a few minutes, the Rays have a prime chance to give their newest offensive player adequate playing time. But to start, Justyn-Henry Malloy is an intriguing cheap option for the Rays.
And we're going to talk about all of that thanks to FanDuel. If you want to be right in the middle of the action this season, visit FanDuel.com and place your NFL live bets all season long. The Rays are bringing Justyn-Henry Malloy, and his addition brings another outfielder, this time a righty, Kevin.
They're really messing with us now. We thought they were ditching outfielders. They had too many outfielders. They ditched a lot of outfielders, and then they're bringing them back into the fold. Although, full transparency, there is a belief or an argument out there that Justyn-Henry Malloy may not be athletic enough to play in the outfield. So it could be, hey, you can't hack it here, move him to the infield. Can't hack it there, move him to DH.
Maybe, but he is an intriguing guy because when you look at his numbers, his full minor league career, he's walking at a 17.3% rate. And in 4 seasons in the minors, 40 homers, a 902 OPS, and the slash line, you're going to like this, 286 average, 424 on base, 478 slugging, 142 WRC plus, just tasty numbers in the minors that everybody's
in the
like,
minors. Yes, let's be very clear about this. That is awesome. The minor leagues,
but in the minor leagues. And I know it's January 9th, so everybody's just looking for any sort of data that they can just dive deep into and be like, yeah, this is the next guy. Settle down. Are those numbers awesome? Heck yes, they are. Do we want them to pop off? Heck yes, we do. But relativity, okay? Just let's take things by what they are right now, because then you look at the small sample size, because it is 104 ABs in 2025 at least in the majors. He hit 221 with a solo home with only one home run, 17 RBIs and a 654 OPS. Again, he also played in 2024, but yes, in 2025, 104 ABs, small sample size. So anybody could have that type of month or a couple of weeks. By the way, 104 ABs is basically what Carson Williams had in 2025 for the Rays. It's just so to give a little perspective to people. But intriguing numbers, right-handed power, tremendous eye at the plate when you're putting up a 424 on base. You have plate discipline. So a very intriguing option, a guy that has 2 minor league options. Yeah. So for the Rays, that's very nice to have that flexibility. Kevin, it's another name added to the competition. That's good, but I think, we should slow down with the perspective here.
Right. I mean, it's interesting in the sense that, hey, the Rays aren't going to be very competitive in 2026. So add a guy who has some prospect star power to his name, because with the Tigers, I think, during certain years, he was the number 7 or number 8 prospect in the Tigers farm system. And the Tigers are a team that's good enough now to where they can say, hey, we don't really need them anymore. We're set on offensive players and set on outfielders. We can just DFA them for cash considerations. And the Rays are at a point in their journey where you have open roster spots. You want guys who have options, and you want to just test things out. And he has intriguing minor league options. He has an intriguing profile with the strike zone discipline in the walk rate. And maybe they can find something that clicks with him. I mean, in all fairness, it's interesting in a way because his numbers with Detroit in 2024, where he had more action and more playing time, were more impressive in a power sense. He had 8 home runs and 21 RBIs compared to what he did in 2025. I really think for him, it's a perfect opportunity because we know that the Rays, or we think we know that the Rays aren't going to be very competitive next season. So this could provide an avenue for him to get that opportunity that's needed to be successful, because it's not fair. Baseball, professional sports is not fair. You might get your 1, 2, 3 shots, and if you don't prove yourself in that opportunity, you're destined to be a quad A player. But this could actually be a year where it's like, yeah, roll him out there. Let him take his lumps. Let him find some success. See if he has some sticking power in the major league someday.
See if it clicks, right? Because if at AAA, he's so close to it. And I think you said something very important that we keep saying in a very nice way. And I hope people just, take it as we're trying to deliver this. It's not a season to watch as a Rays fan, looking at the standings and looking at the options for the AL East title and looking at the wild card. It's not that type of season, folks. We're warning you. We've been warning you since mid-November, late November. Mm-hmm. It's not that type of season. The type of season that we're going to have in 2026 as Rays fans is storylines, following players' growth, their development. Justyn-Henry Malloy now just became one of those guys that we can say, okay, what does he have? Is he actually a guy who you can count on with plate discipline and some pop from the right side? Is he only a lefty masher? Is that pull side actually true? He's 25 years old. There's still you can still see in front of him a long professional career if he pops off. That's the type of storyline and the mindset that you're going to have this season. If you want to enjoy this season, if you're going to watch this season with we can have an AL East title, there's a shot to be a dark horse in the wild card race, you're going to have a bad time. It's not going to be that type of season.
No, it's not. That's why you should maybe not be looking at the standings day in and day out, be looking at the win-loss record day in and day out. Instead, look at what Carson Williams is doing if and when he gets the call up. Look at what Dominic Keegan is doing if and when he gets the call up. Look at what Chandler Simpson is doing. Look at the growth of Junior Caminero. Look and see if Shane McClanahan is back in action and staying healthy. Those are some of the things, because I'm just being honest. As of right now, I would not be surprised in the least if the Rays lose at least 90 games.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough out there. Now, before we jump into something else, I did want to give props to Homan Lee at HomeIn22 on Twitter. He says there were 5 25 to 27-year-olds right-handed hitters whose WRC plus were over 130 in 2025 in AAA. The Rays have 2 of those 5 players, Justyn-Henry Malloy and Ryan Vilade. So the Rays mindset seems to be, let's collect guys who haven't had a true shot in MLB. Let's give those guys that have popped off in AAA, that have nothing else to show at AAA, give them the opportunity to say, hey, can you run with it and perform at MLB level? I think with Ryan and with Justyn, that's exactly what they're doing here.
Maybe this is something they're trying out as far as the new frontier, or something that they see, in uneven playing field of, hey, these guys that have the WRC plus of 130 plus, that they're between the ages of 25 to 27, that they have a walk rate of at least 10%, that they have a strikeout rate of 20% or fewer. See if they can pop it up. And like we're going to continue to say, this is the year to do it. I mean, if this was a playoff team, maybe we wouldn't be going all gaga over Justyn-Henry Malloy. But you look up and down this roster, Justyn-Henry Malloy could prove himself and make a name for himself, which we'll talk about more in the second segment, because he could possibly serve as not just an outfielder, but a right-handed first base option if Yandy Díaz or Jonathan Aranda are out. Let's be real. Managing your finances can feel overwhelming between subscriptions you forgot about, bills that keep going up, and trying to figure out where all your money actually goes each month. It's easy to feel like you're losing control. And who has time to track every transaction or hunt down hidden fees? Well, that is where Rocket Money comes in, the personal finance app that helps you take control. It finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. What I love about Rocket Money, among many things, is how it tracks all my subscriptions and lets me cancel them right in the app with just a few taps. No more hunting down customer service numbers. So go ahead and let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/locked-on. That's rocketmoney.com/locked-on. And one more time, so you remember it vividly, rocketmoney.com/locked-on, LOCKEDON. Thank you for listening to the Locked On Rays podcast and making us your first listen of the day. We appreciate it. We are, of course, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And if you want to take it up a level, for just $5, you can join the Everydayer Club and get this podcast with no interruptions, no ads, and members only Discord. Go to lockedonrays.supercast.com or check the link in the show notes to learn more. Justyn-Henry Malloy, he is now a Tampa Bay Ray, and he could serve as a right-handed first base option if Yandy Díaz or Jonathan Aranda are out, something that we've talked about now that we know that Pete Fairbanks is gone, Brandon Lau is gone, other players are gone. It is only a matter of time before Yandy Díaz is no longer a Tampa Bay Ray. It could be as soon as this offseason. It could be as soon as midseason. It remains to be seen. But this could also open up an opportunity or a window for Malloy and possibly Aranda to tag team a little bit. You have Malloy, a right-handed hitter who mashes lefty, and you have Jonathan Aranda, of course, a left-handed hitter, and maybe they can go back and forth at first base and DH, because unfortunately with Malloy, the scouting report on him is he's a bad defender, kind of all across the board. So outfield might not work for him. Third base might not work for him. Where do you put one of your worst defenders that's, not as athletic as other players? You stick him at first or DH. So that might be the avenue for him down the line. And we're talking about, look, he would in no way replace Yandy Díaz, but maybe he can be not a poor man's version of Yandy Díaz, but a homeless man version of Yandy Díaz with the walk rate and the strike zone discipline. And again, like we harken back to the first segment, give him as many opportunities as possible to see if he can actually crack it in the major leagues and make a career, or if he's an Alex Jackson type that is just going to put up monster numbers in AAA, and that's all he's going to be. And maybe on a bad team or something like that, he can be the 26th man.
Defense has always been an issue from what we're reading before doing this pod. It's like they tried him at first and third in the minors, but limited to the corner outfield spots and DHing while at the MLB level. So, yeah, maybe the Rays can tweak something. I always think defense, the most difficult thing in all sports is to hit a bleeping baseball.
Yeah.
This guy can do that, at least as good as in the AAA level as you can get. Okay.
Right.
Now,
and for what it's worth, and again, I only saw a couple clips and a couple highlights of Justyn-Henry Malloy before recording this episode, but a couple of his highlights, I saw his, I guess, rookie year or 2025 highlight reel, however you want to describe it. And two of his hits up the middle and or in the power alley was on a 99-mile-per-hour fastball and a 101-mile-per-hour fastball. So seemingly, evidently, the heater isn't an issue.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the breaking stuff. I'd have to take a closer look at his Savant page and what he's having trouble with. But the scouting report, I guess, at the major leagues is he does have, he's swinging at the right pitches, but I guess he's missing on some of those swings. He's missing on some of those pitches that he should hit, but at least in a very granular look at it, he can hit heaters. So
Well, you can't be a successful major league hitter and not hit the fastball. You have to hit the fastball, and it doesn't matter if it's at 99 or 101. You're going to have to hit it because now that's exactly what relievers are throwing these days. But yeah, talking defensively with the glove, not his calling card, but I always think if the hardest thing in baseball is to hit the baseball, you can always improve with your glove. You can always do drills to get better. And an organization that has mostly been regarded as a pitching and defense type organization, I understand that the Rays are going to have an opportunity here to, improve that part of the game for Justyn-Henry. And when you do that, and he's able to be given the opportunity of an open lane of a lot of playing time, because you're not really going to be doing that much in the division in terms of wins. Well, guess what? Then you can find out if he can be an option at first base and say, hey, maybe we can, have a bargain type guy of a Yandy Díaz qualities. We trade Yandy. I like you're saying. I think we should be ready for that to happen. Hopefully not during the offseason, because I think getting rid of both Vilade and Yandy in the same offseason with Pete Fairbanks is
right.
It's a lot for the fandom to take. But during maybe the trade deadline, you could see that happen as early as that. So you have to mentalize that as a Rays fan. And then Justyn-Henry, if he does end up popping off, maybe that's an option where you can now have him at first base, give Jonathan some time off from first base and put him at DH because you want to have his stick there. Or even if that doesn't happen, guess what? Trey Morgan then can be that guy at first base.
Yeah. And here's the thing too, at the end of the day, look, there are not many sure things still with the outfield. So even by the Rays making this move, this puts pretty much everybody else on notice. Like, hey, we're bringing in competition for you, Ryan Vilade and Chandler Simpson and Johnny DeLuca and Jacob Melton and so on and so forth. So it's just another guy to bring, I guess you could say, a competitive edge, or just bring another body in to say, hey, there are not many spots that are guaranteed here. Everybody's going to have to come out and earn their opportunity, except for possibly Cedric Mullins,
Mullins, bro. Yeah. Because you're paying him money. But even Chandler Simpson, if he doesn't come in at his best, you're going to be like, well, you've got options, bro. Go work on your stuff. And it sucks because we want to see Chandler Simpson because he's incredibly talented and he's incredibly fun and dynamic to watch, during a baseball game. But you can't just be giving out 26-man spots just because, you like the guy that's good. No, you have to be completely put together as a player, especially coming into opening day. That's who your best 26 are. So in the outfield, man, it's a lot of competition. It's going to be dog eat dog. I'm sure that those guys are going to elevate their game just because, this is also their livelihood. So they have to be better for that to survive in this league. So it's going to be really interesting to see this competition. But man, you're going to run out of breath if you're trying to name all of these outfielders, like you're saying, Melton, Josh Lowe, Simpson, DeLuca, Palacios, Mullins, Vilade, Justyn-Henry Malloy. It's a lot of names, and I'm sure I just left a couple out.
Yeah, and you would think that with the last remaining spot that they have open on the roster, that they might go to an additional shortstop or catcher, but who knows at this point with the Rays. And just finally closing on this in the Justyn-Henry Malloy discussion, it's kind of going back to a great opportunity for him with the Rays. Cedric Mullins, a guy that he can learn from and gain valuable information of how to not just, I guess, be a better defensive player, if that is in his wheelhouse, but how to be a sustainable hitter at the major league level and maximize your skill set to the best of the ability. So that's, again, even if Cedric Mullins does nothing with the bat this year, even if, okay, we look back and see, all right, he hit 195 and his OPS was 595. Okay, fine, whatever. It is what it is. But you know that he's going to impart some wisdom to the new faces and the young faces that the Rays currently have on their roster, which
he's
is
there to bring professionalism, wisdom, the know-how. It's nice to have that guy who knows it and he can tell you, or you can just see him do his work. You take as much knowledge as you can. I think Cedric Mullins is going to be a tremendous piece in the clubhouse. Hopefully he produces, right? But if he doesn't, I think you're right. It's still going to be a net positive in the organization.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, if looking at it another way with Justyn-Henry Malloy, if you give him a full slate of games, he'll probably, and he doesn't get any better than he is right now, he should put up the numbers that Chris Morel did, basically.
Exactly.
And you're saving a couple $1 million if you're the Rays. But you're also banking on the fact that right now he's a guy who's proven himself in AAA. We know he can be a serviceable platoon bat against lefties, but with some nurturement, he could be more than that. And that's what they're banking on right now.
Yeah.
So that's what we have. Now, to close out a fun Friday episode, it's that time. We'll play some baseball trivia and name that war next. Well, Fridays already feel different during basketball season, and FanDuel is making them even better. Every Friday night before the games tip off, FanDuel gives fans a new way to kick off the weekend with NBA Happy Hour. NBA Happy Hour is your official pregame, a limited time window where special offers drop right inside the FanDuel app before the action starts. Fridays from 6 to 7:30 Eastern, they become appointment viewing with NBA Happy Hour. Opening the FanDuel app during Happy Hour always brings something new, boosts, bonuses, surprises, and so much more. So before tip-off, be sure to check the FanDuel app and see what's dropping during NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. A little basketball, a little action, and a whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA Happy Hour only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Thank you for listening to the Locked On Rays podcast and making us your first listen of the day. We appreciate it. It is, of course, time for baseball trivia and name that war. Ulysses, what do you have in the arena of baseball trivia?
Well, talking about right-handed pop, right-handed power with Justyn-Henry Malloy. Well, let's look at the top 10 right-handed hitters who've hit the most home runs in MLB history. Kevin, out of these top 10, name me 6
right-handed hitters who've hit the most home runs in MLB history. Sosa.
Sosa is number 5 with 609. McGuire is number 7 with 583. Aaron is number 1 with 755. How weird would it be if I tell you Henry Aaron with 740? You're like, where the hell are the other 16?
Alex Rodriguez.
A-Rod, number 3 on this list with 696. What an odd number to end his career. 4 away from 700.
I know. Man. Why couldn't you bring him back and give him 1,000 at bats to get that extra 4?
Get the 700, bro.
Okay, so these are 4 of the top 10 right-handed home run hitters in MLB history?
Correct, sir. That's what you've been doing, yes.
All right.
Need 2 more.
Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas is outside of the top 10. He's number 12. Strike 1.
Mickey Mantle.
Strike 2 because he was a switch hitter.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
Wait, am I looking at more modern era, steroid era type names?
Palmeiro
was a lefty.
There's a couple. but there's more like, names that you'd know because they played in our father's era.
I'm going to throw out a name. It's wrong, but Willie Stargell.
That's a really good name. But it's a strike 3. You're going
I
to
should have said Reggie Jackson. No, he's a lefty, right?
He's a lefty. Number 1, Hank Aaron. Number 2, ooh, you're gonna hate this machine, Albert Pujols. Number
Oh my
2,
gosh, how could I forget about him?
703. Number 3, A-Rod. Number 4, Willie Mays. Number 5, Sammy Sosa. Number 6, Frank Robinson. Number 7, Mark McGwire. Number 8, Harmon Killebrew. Number 9, you hate him, Manny Ramirez, Rays legend. And number 10, I think this is who my father would say is the best third baseman ever, Mr. Mike Schmidt.
Mickey Cabrera isn't on that list?
Mickey Cabrera is number 14th.
Wow. Okay, yeah, this was objectively a tough question just based on all the old timers. But yes, I appreciate the question.
But you had it.
Yes. On that note, I really got off to a good start, then I fell apart.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Rays last year. All right, name that war where we take a player from the past and try to guess their career war according to Baseball Reference. This individual was also known for his power and ability to hit for home runs. And just like Justyn-Henry Malloy, he played for the Detroit Tigers for a couple seasons. Actually, I guess the same amount of seasons as Justyn-Henry Malloy, if we're just talking about the major leagues. This individual's name, not a king, but a prince. Prince Fielder. What is his career war, according to Baseball Reference?
Prince Fielder might be one of the funnest players I've ever seen.
Yes.
He was fun, man. If you didn't get a chance to see Prince Fielder, man, he was so cool.
He was very stout at 5'10", 275.
Indeed he was. But boy, that swing. Fun fact about Prince Fielder, he and his father Cecil Fielder, who, by the way, Cecil Fielder also played in the Venezuelan Winter League in the 70s and 80s. They actually ended up their career with the same amount of home runs. Isn't that cool, father and son? Nobody gets to say, I had more homers than you.
Yeah. I mean, like with King Griffey Jr., he could probably say, hey, I had twice as many home runs as my dad.
Exactly.
So that's why Prince Fielder didn't play as many years as maybe he could have. He was like, no, I'm going to end at this amount of homers. So the fact that you know that should help for this question.
It does indeed, because I believe that number to be around 311 home runs.
319, actually.
Oh, okay. I was close. 319, top of the dome. I'm pretty sure he played from like 2006 till like 2015. So let's go a 10-year career. Should have been longer. Too bad the neck injury happened. I'm going to say with 300 home runs, man, that means that you, in those 10 seasons, you were hitting 30 bleeping bombs every season. But first base, maybe some DH work. I don't remember him being a bad first baseman, but first baseman already gets knocked for WAR. So let's talk about 2.5-ish seasons. 5 there. Couple of 3s. 11. I'm going to go with like a 23 WAR.
All right, that's your guess.
Yeah.
Prince Fielder was a 6-time All-Star, 2-time Home Run Derby champ, a 3-time Silver Slugger, and an All-Star MVP. He had 319 homers, career 283 batting average, 1,028 RBI, 862 runs, a on-base percentage of 382 for his career, slugging percentage of 506 for his career, OPS of 887 for his career, and a career OPS of 134. And extremely durable while he played was Prince Fielder, at least in the prime of his career. 4 seasons that he had 162 games played, and sandwiched between those 4 seasons was a season where he played 161 games. So pretty much for the bulk of his career, you could bank on him playing each and every day. He did have a 46 home run season, a 50 home run season, a lot of 30 plus home run seasons. But what you're getting at is, what is his career baseball reference WAR? You said 23. And just to note here, he played from 2005 to 2016, 7 years with the Brewers, 3 with the Rangers, 2 with Detroit. You add all that up, and his baseball reference WAR is 23.6.
Let's bleeping go, people.
That
Now that's how you end a fun Friday episode. Everybody, I hear your claps. Thank you. It's an honor. You guys are the best. I mean, honestly, you guys are the best.
Ticker tape parade forthcoming.
It's a standing ovation, really, from the Locked On Race listenership, and I really appreciate it. And guess what? You guys have much more of this every single time you tune in. You remember, we're 3 episodes a week until Febs comes in the calendar, and we have so much more. We have a lot of interviews lined up with you for you guys, and those should be fun.
Indeed. And on that note, we hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe. And we also want to remind you that you can be one of the first to join the Everydayer Club to get your favorite show ad-free and exclusive access to the members only Discord channel. We will talk to you soon.